Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Quad V. We're bringing you the CSPromod match, exhibition match, between Reason Gaming and Fnatc. This, organized by Cadrid and hosted by Vera Games, is basically to show off what this game is all about. It's really its first major competitive outing, and we have two of the finest teams to ever grace their disciplines on display. Reason Gaming, CS Source's top dogs, have won pretty much everything there was to win in CS Source and have been doing so for many a year. Fnatc, likewise in 1.6, former IEM champions, and in fact 2 weeks ago were in the IEM finals, coming second. Really is a battle of the titans, and now we're about to see what they can do in this new medium. Forest with a double M4 frag will drop PHP and PR, and we are underway in earnest. It is 2-1 in favor of Fnatc already, and Sneaks is picked off by Forest to make it 3-1 to Fnatc, who have started brightly in this game. Lineups for you: Reason have Guardian, Sneaks, PR, PHP, and UN. On that Fnatc side, it's Forest, DSN, Get Right, Threat, and Khan. And there is an all-star feel about this one. For many, this will play a major factor in whether this game, or this mod, lives or dies. People will make their decisions up as to whether it's the game for them or not. And then we'll see. Does this have a competitive future? Is it? What do the players think? Well, we're about to see what they think with their guns, at least. As Fnatc pick themselves off a frag onto UN, DSN gets himself one on the action as well. Fnatc do lose 2 players though, but Threat coming from behind into that radio room. Looks like he's going to get a frag. Sneaks is on the prowl with his M4, guarding the ramp room, but can't do anything about it. And in the end, Fnatc get away from that round with the victory, and with 3 men left up. And we are away onto the next round. 4-1 to Fnatc, as we have a positive start from the Swedes, and it's going to push. We're going to push on now into the next round, and we have Fnatc already well set up for this Reason Deagle round, as Sneaks pushes in. They have got 3 players into this top bomb site. Khan is gone. Forest does pick one back up to level up at 4-4, but the bomb does go down before Forest strikes again. UN's gone. Threat is going to follow up with a frag, and Forest makes it 3 headshots and a hat-trick before Guardian says hello. Double Deagle headshot. Forest and Threat both gone. Guardian's going to have to be dealt with, and Get Right is the man to do so. And now it will be DSN to go in and get the defuse. He will get 5-1 the score. As we have Reason already probably contemplating what can they do to pick up the necessary rounds on Nuke. Nuke, of course, a map that's traditionally very hard to attack on, and thus far in Promod that's no different. So Reason will not be losing too much sleep with a 5-1 scoreline at the moment. The question is, how many rounds can they pick up before the half to then, hopefully, turn it around? PHP gets himself 1, UN is down, Six gets himself another frag, and PR's there. Khan goes down, Fnatc lose themselves 3 men before DSN gets himself in on the action, but is out for the count courtesy of PR, and Reason have themselves their second round. It's 5-2, and we have a round on the board for Reason, and get themselves 2 or 3 more of those, and they'll be very happy come the halftime interval. Fnatc, on the other hand, have what to do. They're straight onto a Deagle round, having won, 3 consecutive rounds prior to that. They're automatically forced into saving. They were expensive rounds, so every round Reason have lost. They've still been picking up the frags. I think they've only had perhaps 1 clean sweep, maybe not even that many, and thus Fnatc were unable to build up any resources. Reason are now picking them off one by one. PHP gets himself the frag onto DSN. Khan and his FAMAS looking to make their way from the outside. Gets himself the first frag. It's a headshot onto UN. Now Khan is on the prowl. PHP pops his head around and should find Khan, who's going to be continually focusing on the exit frags if he finds them. But he's going to be happy also to keep that FAMAS for the next round. And that's 2 rounds in a row on the board for a reason. And a little bit of a cushion building up for the Eastern European side. This server provided by Very Games. It is hosted in Germany. We have a Swedish team and a Czech-Slovak team in Reason Gaming. A true multicultural mix, considering the game is at least led by an American developer. Here we go. Fnatc still in a tricky financial position with this being their second save in a row. As they rattle off a few shots inside, it will be Forest to pop out. Reason just sat deep, wondering, will they see any Fnatc pushes? They haven't. The only man to show was DSN, and look what happened to him as a result. Khan and that FAMAS do get themselves a frag on the PHP before Guardian's AWP does the job. And now have Guardian on the ground. Reason 5-4 suddenly turned this one right around from 5-1, and very close to tying us all up here, which is certainly going to be causing Fnatc some questions. They need to get into half-time with at least a reasonable boost of rounds. As DSM will lead the charge for the Fnatc side, who have Guardian to worry about around the outside. He and his AWP are spotted. He loses 40 points of health. Nade coming his way as well. Doesn't do any damage. Guardian then continues to poke around that side. Two shots rattling off left, right, and center from Fnatc as they try to wall bang any of the Reason players on the outside, see if they've done any damage. Actually, only UN has lost 10 points of health. Guardian got caught in a firefight and lost 40, but other than that, Fnatc haven't found any joy on the other side of the walls. Shot rattled off by Guardian down to the right. PHP gets himself a frag onto Khan. And Reason find themselves with PHP, PR, and UN all at the double with the frags. Fnatc suddenly down to just one man left standing. It's Forest who's still alive. He's got full health. He's up against 1 full health and 3 sort of semi-wounded players, but he's going to have to land himself an ace if he wants to win this round for Fnatc. He'll probably be thinking more about his weapons. He lands himself the first with an instinct headshot onto Guardian, but PHP had enough time to line him up and finish the job. And that will be the round for Reason, and it'll be 5-5, and everything is all looking pretty rosy for them. This is a best of 3 if needed. The second map will be Dust 2, and the decider would be Inferno. So at the moment, it's Reason who are going to be the happier of the two sides. Nade's pinged across by Guardian, who then makes his way in. Sneaks is going to charge along. UN will get himself a frag onto DSN, who is down and out for the count. Khan and his FAMAS get himself a frag onto UN again, and PR is out courtesy of threat, but Guardian has sandwiched those Fnatc frags with 2 of his own from that AWP. FAMAS from Get Right was slow to react, and Guardian then takes his hat-trick frag onto him. 2 players down by that bomb site. Forest FAMASing down to Guardian, but doesn't look like it's going to happen for them. Sneaks has only got 2 points of health. But the last man standing is Forest. And Fnatc find themselves in real trouble at the moment as Forest rallies in towards that side, gets himself the headshot onto Guardian. Now flashed, but is still barely visible. Bomb will blow any second now, and Forrest is going to get out of there, hopefully with an AWP for his troubles, and that'll give Fnatc something to play with next round. All looking rather good for Reason as they've taken the lead for the first time in the game. Fnatc now need to put something on the board. Forrest is didn't get that AWP out of the last round. They could stack up one site and just have 4 on the others. Doesn't look like that's what they're going to do, in fact, because they have ball on a famous round. And there is the ult from Forrest, delivering onto Guardian, who gets a taste of his own medicine. Fnatc find themselves needing to follow this up. Get Right has a 4 on the top as he will spy down like an eagle towards the outside entrance. Forrest has got this frag onto PHP, and DSN is going to get 1 before PR drops him. I think Get Right's just going to claim the AWP of Guardian as well. Sneaks makes his way around the side coming from ramp room now. There are 2 Fnatc players out there, or there were 2 Fnatc players out there. And here we go with PR. Right, firing up a few shots to the top, but is dropped by Sneaks. And Forrest is going to get himself an AWP frag onto PR, and suddenly Fnatc are back on the board with the score tied up at 6-6, but it's been a long, long 6 minutes. He's coming down towards that site. It's Get Right to go on the prowl. DSN finds the frag onto Guardian. And one of the Reason players sort of plays chicken with him. One of those Fnatc players down by the radio room. PHP is glistening through the smoke, looking in towards that top site. DSN has 2 frags to his name, with Sneaks and UM both going down. And PHP puts a bullet in the back of Fnatc's head, and Reason finally get themselves back on the board, but now PHP is the last man standing as DSN is onto PR. PHP with a lovely little headshot back onto Khan. Now will make its way into the site. DSN downs him, and Fnatc have another round on the board. It's 7-6 to the men from Sweden. We have 2 rounds left in the half, and things are looking tricky for Fnatc going into the half-time. They'll need a consummate performance in the second half on the assumption that Nuke is as hard to attack as it is in 1.6. Warning, connection problem. Looks like maybe the server died. Let's just verify it's not my connection. Yeah, it's not. It looks like the server has died for us. And we will take a momentary pause here on Quad V. This is the CSPromod exhibition match between Fnatc and Reason. And we are back live in the second half. It is 7-6 in favor of Fnatc as we get ourselves back underway here for the CSPromod exhibition match between Fnatc and Reason Gaming, as Fnatc will now have to try and build up some form of a cushion going into these going into the half. They've got 2 rounds in which to win, and just try desperately to pull up a half-time score that gives them something to work with in this second half. We'll see whether they do. Here we go. Garden rattles off a shot out to the right-hand side. There's Guardian rattles off a shot down to the right-hand side. There's someone there, but never mind, it's PHP now down in that bottom site, who will nade in, has got free reign to walk the ramp room as he so chooses at the moment. Fnatc have lost 2 men, and the remaining 3 are huddling on the top site. Sneaks gets himself the frag on to get right. Reason now look like they're going to control the top, as Threat is all sort of lost at sea down in the wrong bomb site. Will make his way across and go up from the vents up towards that site. Fnatc know that they're going to have to try and be comfortable in breaking down, though they do lose the first man in this round as PHP goes down. Sneaks gets himself an M4 headshot onto the DSN, and UN is out for the count. Forest, 1-2 frags. Fnatc lose themselves Khan, courtesy of Guardian, and we are at a 3-on-3 until suddenly Fnatc rack up those final 2 frags, and Threat and Get Right claim them. And the halftime score is 8-7 to Fnatc. And Reason are going to have to turn this one around. The second half of Reason Gaming versus Fnatc, the CSPromod exhibition. Fnatc are 1 round up 7. Second half, Fnatc now on the terrorist side. That is notoriously hard for terrorists to see whether they're able to actually do anything. The try and quash that thought, but double nades coming in there with just tied the shoelaces of Fnatc, and they're all slightly wounded, but DSN and Khan pick themselves up frags, sandwiched in between 2 from Reason. Get right in on Sneaks, and Fnatc now trying to make something of this, but PHP is dancing with Get Right, and they do the tango, go back towards CT Spawn. PHP gets himself the frag on to Get Right before Forest finally picks him up. We're at 1-on-1, Forest versus Guardian. Guardian on full health. Forest down to 65 points of health. 2 shots coming in from Guardian now. As Forest is back, trying to land that shot from the top. He's got 45 seconds. He could play to the clock if he wanted to. Does have the bomb. And will endeavour to keep coming back from the bird's nest area and fire down to Guardian, who's using that tin can for bait. And now looking around the back, in fact, towards CT Spawn. Guardian and Forest still. There we go. Forest finally landed one of the shots, and he's got Guardian down to 2 points of health. Forest himself did lose some as well. Bomb planted from Forest. First for a shot would do it for Forest, and it does. And that's the pistol round for Fnatc. And that gives them some well-needed breathing room between them and their opponents, as we are set up at 1-0 in favor of Fnatc, making it 9-7 overall. Ready to see whether Fnatc can convert that here on the second round. Their AKs versus Reason's pistols do not have the desired effect as UN connects with a bullet to the head of Forest. And Fnatc lose a man very early on. They're trying to that gun or change out one of their current ones for one with more ammo. I'm not sure. As in fact, they have one with a Galil rather than AK. That's what they've changed out. DSN gets himself one. Threat gets another as Reason Gaming find themselves with incoming on the bottom side. Guardian is there with a Deagle, but in fact down by Get Right. PHP has the AK and now has no friends left alive and is picked off by Threat as he drops down the shaft and is gone and is out for the count. So here we go. Round 3, what have Reason Gaming got in the locker? Can they suppress Fnatc at all? Or will Fnatic's lead be extended even further? As, it's now 10-7, Fnatc needing 6 more rounds for victory. And they start well here in the search of one of those with a frag from Threat. But Snakes has got himself DSN and Get Right has to pull one back to put Fnatc back up. Headshot comes in onto Guardian from his teammate there. That's not what they were looking for as Fnatc get a free frag, but it's made up for by the fact that Sneaks has got 2 more. In fact, he's the one who's got all the frags. Guardian dropped by him as well. He's got a hat trick completed. Finally, Threat gets himself the frag that stops the threat, if you will. Fnatc have 2 players coming around the outside, and UN is the last man standing against 2 fully health up Fnatc players. He has spotted that first man just peeking into the top site. Are they likely to follow that one up? Thus far. Yep. As UN drops down, collects an AK on the ground, and the bomb gets planted on the bottom site. UN decide that better to save that weapon and that money than to go for the glory of a 1 or 2 to save the round, and we'll sit this one out. So, Fnatc will be 3-0 up after successfully winning and converting the pistol round. They'll make it 11-7 with Reason on their first buy round any minute now. We are away. Important round this for Reason. If they can stop the rot and get themselves right back where they were come sort of the middle to the end of the last half, then the game may well be theirs. Lose this, and Fnatc will have them where they want them. On the ropes. As Guardian rattles in 2 AWP shots, 3 AWP shots. PHP gets himself the frag. That's Guardian through the wall onto PHP that time. And Forrest punishes him for it. PHP. I'll find the funny side of that one. Forrest has dropped UN. And then, with a lovely frag onto Sneaks, drops down to the right-hand side. And that's a little masterclass from Forrest there. His 3 frags did the job, and Guardian says, what a wallbang. Yeah, not the one he was looking for, as it lands right onto the head of his teammate. And a big round for Fnatc, or a big round lost for Reason Gaming, however you want to look at that one. As they now have to get themselves set back up. And we have 4-0 in this second half is a perfect scoreline from Fnatic's perspective. They force Reason back into another Deagle round. They open up with 2 frags from Khan. Now look like they're going to close into it. DSN gets himself another one. Here we go, Get Right. There's gave himself another frag, and Threat drops one there as well. $5-0 in the second half. Fnatic now are what? 13-7 up, 3 away from glory. And Reason will be wondering, I'm sure we're supposed to be answering this up. And here we go, nade into UN, does pass him as he fires down in towards that radio room. Fnatic have looked with interest over towards the radio room and are trying to get themselves a wallbang. I think they do from threat there onto PHP, and they're a man to the good, a bonus frag, if you will, as Guardian is through the smoke out the back and misses his one shot that he has. Got another one stood right in front of him, and Guardian will be wondering how he didn't land that. He's got one more shot through the smoke. Nope. He doesn't see him. He's right up to the right there, Guardian. Now he's having to shoot in towards the bomb site. Gets himself a frag. PR's got 2. And Guardian's position's been compromised. He's going to have to frag his way out of this. As Guardian is combined with UN. The last 2 aren't for Reason. Fnatic have just Forest up. All players with no more than 22 points of health. And Forest is going to put this bomb down. That'll be money in the bank. In it goes. Down comes UN. Guardian will drop down and they'll try to sandwich Forest out here. But if it's fast enough, he could get the frags. He didn't. And Reason Gaming are going to get themselves on the board now. 5-1 is the score to Reason. And they start with a fluster. Their second half will start now, basically, if they're able to pull this off. They've given Fnatic a nice little head start. Here comes in, PHP drops, get right. Forest is going to get himself in onto UN and Sneaks his frag in Forest. Khan, AK headshot onto Sneaks, and Fnatic have control of the bottom bomb site with Khan looking to put the bomb down. Enter in the code, and armed. Here we go. Reason have to recover here. They've got 2 players coming from the ramp room. Guardian is one of them with his AWP. He's got 2 teammates alive. They get 1 teammate alive with him. And as Guardian makes his way into this bottom site, and the server looks like it may have died again. Right at a pretty crucial moment. Does look like it's died again. And, well, we'll take this opportunity to take a break. Interesting point there. What are the Apples going to do? How exhibition is this exhibition match with Fnatic in a 3-on-2 after plant situation? I doubt any of the players will be best pleased. We'll be right back here on Quad B. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're on Quad B. We are live again for Fnatic versus Reason. It is 5-1 to Fnatic in the second half of map 1. Reason are under the cosh, and we have Fnatic knowing that they may well be able to pull this one out of the bag. They go exactly the same way as they did before. And we are up and at 'em with Forest double fragging onto Guardian and UN. Reason Gaming have a tricky little scenario here. They want to claim this one out, and they don't. They want to save out. Sneaks is going to get himself away. He's had a very good CT side. This is going to make it 6-1 Fnatic, and will put them within 2 rounds of glory. And that sets us up in a tricky situation for Reason Gaming fans. They know that they need to Here we go. Fnatic are now going to spy Khan with one on the other side of the door. It's PHP who delivers with the frag onto Khan. Get right gets himself the frag back onto Mr. PHP, but Guardian and UN have done the damage for Reason, who have a two-man advantage in this round. Get right and Threat still alive. Get right barely. In fact, not anymore. And that leaves Threat 1 versus what? 4? Yes. 1 on 4. 2 of those at full health. And Threat is finished. It is 14-8 now, the overall score. And Fnatic find themselves needing to make some magic here. As they just want to get over that finish line, get to the second map as soon as possible. Can't let a Reason come back captain. Their offense has been good thus far, Fnatic. They've found many a hole in Reason's defense, and Nuke, at least in the first time we've seen it here in ProMod, has opened up a lot in favor of the offensive side. As Forest finds himself a frag onto Sneaks. Fnatic are 2 or 3 frags that are good. They've got all 5 men up versus Reason's 2, and they are going nowhere fast. Our Reason, as Fnatic move on to map point here, and are going to hope that they can connect with victory. As it'll be Threat trying to deliver. Here we go. Reason are on the ropes now and potentially about to lose. Let's see what Fnatic are able to do. Going in toward the ramp room, it is Threat who has one or two players in front of him doing a lot of damage. DSN and Khan have both gone for Fnatic. Forest finds himself the frag back onto PHP as Fnatic try to claw their way back into this round. Threat thought he saw someone. There is Guardian gets himself the frag back onto Get Right. And Forest has snuck away, but this for Reason Gaming is going to be the game shortly, as the server has died one more time. And well, when we come back, it'll be map point to Fnatic, but this server has been hit again. Well, that was the CSPromod exhibition match between Fnatic and Reason. It was called off at map point to Fnatic after the server died, so we will say goodnight. We will desperately try to bring you the repeat of this, as it is going to be redone at some other point. But do make sure you let people know what you think of ProMod. Do you like it? Has it got potential? Well, you will undoubtedly have a chance to have played it yourself. What do you reckon when the pros have a shot? Thank you very much for watching on Quad V. We'll see you next time.